Hello, Bob.
Hey, Hector.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Not too bad, man. Think today I'm gonna have much better communication than last week. Last week
Been
was a
last week,
real
yeah.
disaster. Yeah, last week was a real disaster. So
What
fixed
was
it.
it? Do you know?
I um I think that what it was is that I have a PC and I have a laptop. For doing this conferencing, I'm using now the PC. Okay, and what I did is that I hardwired to the modem as opposed to have it wired,
Oh, okay.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So when you do hardwire, it's the absolute best. And the PC is something that I never moved, so and it's still working fine. It was down for a while, but cleaned it up really well because they collect a lot of dust as opposed to
Yeah.
a laptop. They collect a lot of dust because they got these fans going on. But so I was able to resolve that, and I think I'm doing much better. How's it going with you? How's your
Good.
business?
Business is good, but I've been busy. Mostly, I'm switching brokerages. I'm
You are
going
sweet.
from yeah. It's still going to be La Rosa. I live in Davenport, so I'm in the Lakeland office, which
Okay.
they have a branch in Winter Haven. And since I originally opened it, I was the branch manager. But I didn't want to buy it as a franchise, so I stepped down a long time ago. But anyways, there's an office in Davenport, and I've been wanting to come to it, but we haven't really came to an agreement on certain things. But now she has because I bring a lot to the table. I'm grandfathered in. I'm like one of seven agents, probably at over 2,000 agents. That's well,
I
as
love
of
Rosa.
5 years ago, I was one of seven agents that was still stuck on a antiquated program. You know, um, I only pay the average agent pays $395 per month, and they pay $60. I mean, $395 per transaction, $60 per month. It's 100% commission. But I pay $150 a month, and
Oh,
I pay only $95 per transaction. So
wow.
when I pass that transaction fee, I pass the $395 on by buyer or seller. I actually collect an extra $300.
And
So
it's a
she
hundred
thought
percent
that was the
commission.
first time I talked to her. She's been in for a long time, almost as long as me, but I'm just a bit longer than her with the company, over 10 years.
Uh-huh. Wow.
She thought I was pulling her leg. I'm like, no, Gigi. She's like, I've never heard of that. I says, I'm telling you. And so I moved over, and she was kind of upset. And then so recently I had a discussion with her, and I said, look, this is what I would have cost me $15,000 if I was with your company last year. Okay. And it's only because I did two commercial deals. And on the commercial side of things, it's 80/20. But with Ricky, the Lakeland office broker, he doesn't take 10%. He just lets corporate have 10%. He just takes the 395
On commercial.
of the commercial. So I'm like, I only get it's a 90/10 split, and I sold, you know, I sold I sold a couple $1 million worth of commercials. So anyways, we worked it out. I said, I understand the commercial thing. I'm not asking for the 90/10 on
How
commercial.
come you're
You
not
got to make some money.
you're not 100% commission on the commercial as well?
It's just a lot of there's just a lot more to it because some of the people get really into commercial or at
Yes.
a higher scale, and it gets really complicated. And you got agents that run around, and just because they're there because they get 100%, if they're not, there's got to be a lot more. If you're selling a vacant lot or a small warehouse, it's really no big deal, right? But gas stations get intricate, industrial buildings with certain things get, and so a lot of agents have been getting themselves in trouble, and the company gets sued. And they're like, "No, you got to, and no, before you can do commercial, you got to go through our commercial classes, and technically, above a certain range of amount of commercial, you're supposed to refer it to their commercial division. I don't refer it,
Okay.
um, but
Yeah, commercial it's a different ball game. Yeah,
that's a different ball game.
yeah, and then it can be a little bit and then the thing with commercial, it's there's usually a lot of people in the pot, you know.
There is, and I'm gonna tell you, I got gypped on some commission, so I went to the attorney. I said, "Hey, look, here's my listing agreement. He says the commercial listing agreement's not built like the residential listing agreement.
Yes.
Because he went and got his own buyer and he just bought it, out from underneath me. They did a deal. He said he gave me the verbiage. And so anytime I do like a gas station or something, which I don't gravitate towards this. I got somebody on my team that does a lot of this stuff. So I'll put in, if a sale ensues, then Robert Armstrong PL, which is my agent, the licensing name, PL, is entitled of commission in the amount of whatever. If a sale ensues, so I got to put that in there. And so when people that know commercial, I'm not signing that. What are you talking about? You plan on that paying me? I'm paying for photography. I'm spending hours on inventory. I'm reviewing P&L sheets. So anyways.
Okay, Prab.
All right.
It's your show.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning. Good morning.
I had almost forgot. It's a holiday here. It's Canada Day. So I've almost forgot unless you had sent me the message. I saw a message. Oh, yes, we have a mastermind today.
It is your turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I have this presentation here. The guy never moved in the last 20 years.
Who's going to be your seller?
I can pick
Bob.
you up.
Bob. Use Bob.
Okay.
Use Bob.
Yeah. Okay, Bob. So
give me just a
this
second.
person is 62. He's going to take early retirement and never moved in the last 20 years. And moving to Vancouver Island, closer to his parents. The parents are in 80s, and mom's health is not that great, so he wants to be closer to them and taking care for the parents, and also live on whatever equity comes from the house and whatever the pension he gets. Okay. So
Okay,
that's
so this house isn't in great shape then. It hasn't been touched in 20 years, right?
Yeah, the home, he never renovated or remodeled. The home is pretty much in the same shape. So I got some comps also, so I will share with you in a moment. So let's start.
Okay.
So ring, ring, ring. Sorry, knock, knock, knock.
Hey, you must be Prab.
That's right, I am Prab. Bob, I'm so excited to be here, and thanks again having me over. I'm so excited to get your home on the market. Do you mind if I come in?
No, come on in. Don't mind the mess. I'm cleaning up, trying to get it ready for sale here. So I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I guess we need to do a lot of work. Do you mind if I take a quick look on the home?
No, do you want me to show you around or?
Well, let me just walk through the home. I just want to take a look how buyers going to take a look at the very first time, Bob.
Okay, sure.
Okay. All right, Bob. The home looks like in very original condition, and you need to do a little bit of work to prepare it for the market.
Okay.
And
what do you think we need to do?
10 days, you're okay to prepare the home in the next 10 days for the market for the first showing?
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Well, sooner we finish this conversation, the going on what we're gonna do, how we're gonna make it saleable, how much we're gonna get it sold.
Okay.
I'll give you some tips, okay? So, Bob, I have written down here 3 real important questions for you. My first question is: do you absolutely have to get your home sold?
Yeah, I really got to. I really want to. I want to be with my parents. They kind of need my help, but as I told you before, Prab, I know there's some houses in this area that are, maybe a little bit more updated, but I think, this is, I need all the money I can get. That's, this is my retirement. I need all the money I can get.
And that's exactly, Bob, I am here, and I will make sure that you walk away with top dollars in your pocket from here, from the sale.
Okay.
And if that happens to be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks, will that cause a problem to you?
Oh, no. I mean.
Okay, so why don't we just get started and sign the paperwork, put me to work, and let's
Well,
get.
I kind of wanted to hear what you had to say, Prab. I mean, the price that I looked at this packet, I'm kind of a little concerned about because I know the properties in this neighborhood have sold for more than that. And so I kind of want to hear what you got to say. I kind of want to. Can we go higher on the price? And oh, by the way, your commission, it's kind of a lot of money.
Well, let's discuss that. So I was coming to my next question here about the price. So my question to you is, would you price your home to sell, or do you want to keep it on the market for a long period of time?
Well, I don't want to keep it on the market for a long period of time. And like you said, if you could sell it in a couple of weeks, that would be great, But I don't want to keep it on the market for a long period of time.
Yeah. So all we have to do is simply sign the paperwork, and we just make sure the home sells in a timely manner.
But I mean, don't you think we can get more money for the house? I mean,
well, let's talk about this. Bob, at the end of my presentation today, one of three things will happen. One, you will have the opportunity to list your home with me, and number two, you will decide not to list your home with me, and number three, I will decide to take your listing or not.
No, why wouldn't you take my listing? I mean, that's a lot of money.
Well, realistically, if we cannot come to an agreement that makes sense to the market based on the price and conditions, I don't want to make a waste of time, and neither I want to waste my time. That makes sense?
Well, yeah, but don't you think you can sell my house?
Well, that's exactly why I'm here, and I'm pretty confident the home would sell within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And you said you want to be closer to your parents on the Vancouver Island as soon as possible, right?
Yeah. And
So
I looked at this paperwork, Prab, and I see that you have other houses that have sold for more money than what you want me to list my home at.
Exactly.
So I don't want a real estate agent come in and just like try to get a quick sale. I mean, I want to sell quickly, but I don't want to just like give my house away. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
well, Bob, since I started selling real estate 12 years ago, we never given a home away. And I mean, if the price is lower, you will exactly know. If the people is lined up here and on their toes, that means the home is under market. And either way, if you feel the price is lower, if the 10 people are sitting lined up here, offers in their hand, guess what's going to happen? Price is automatically going to go up. That makes sense?
I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Right. So let's take a moment to review the questions that I asked you over the phone. You said you're moving to Vancouver Island, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And you said you're moving because you are retiring, plus your parents.
Yeah.
You're going to be with your parents to spend time and taking care for the parents, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And you said you have to be there as soon as possible, right?
Yeah.
And you said you like to price your home over the phone. You mentioned that you like to price your home at 700,000, correct?
Yeah.
And the current owing on the home is approximately about 250,000.
What's that? The what?
The existing mortgage on the property.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
And I see my notes here. You don't want to sell by yourself, are you?
No, I've tried that before.
Great.
Not doing well with that.
And next, I see my notes here that you don't want to be the bank for the next buyer. You want to have all the cash out.
Oh yeah, I'm not into that. I've owned rental properties before, and I'm definitely not gonna sell my house and hold a mortgage on it. It's not at this point in my life. Probably
Right.
Not for me.
So Bob, now there are only two issues we got to look today. Number one, the price, your motivation to sell this home and move to Vancouver Island. And number two, the price that we set in a home. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Bob, I have prepared what we call a comparative market analysis, CMA, and there are two parts of this research. Part one, we call fantasy land, where most homeowners or all homeowners want to list their homes for. And number two, we call reality, where professional real estate agents list and sell homes for. Okay? So therefore, we are going to decide today where you're going to spend your time. And you said you need to be in Vancouver Island closer to your parents because of your mom's health, you want to be there as soon as possible, correct?
Yeah, I mean, the quicker the better. The
Quicker is
quicker
better.
the better.
So,
You know?
so would you like to know how we sold 7 homes in past month?
Yeah.
And if your home sells within the next 7, 10, or 21 days, will it cause a problem?
No, that's exactly what I
And
need.
if you are rest assured that you will move next month to the Vancouver Island, close to your peers, that would be fantastic.
Well, yeah.
Why don't we just start the process as soon as possible, sign the paperwork, put me to work?
But I just the price. I'm concerned about the price, Prab. I mean, I thought I could get more money from it, and then plus your commission. I mean,
Okay, great. So coming back to our CMA is that the purpose of the CMA is to determine the value of your home in eyes of a buyer. And do you know how buyers determine the value?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they know what they're looking for, and they know what things cost. So I guess they would just, you know, I know it's not $1 million house, so but I know what the
Well,
house
that's
is
exactly
for.
what they do is buyers determine the value by comparison shopping. They look
Yeah,
at the price of your home based on its features and
right.
compare it with the similar properties which are currently on the market or have been recently sold. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bob, coming back to the prices, for example, if you were to buy a brand new car and you go to one dealership, they have this car for, let's say, for 70,000. And you do the comparison shopping, you go to the second dealership, they have the same car for 70,000, but it comes with a premium package, the leather interior, alloy wheels, and all that. So which car would you buy?
Well, if they're the same price, I'd get the nicer one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And what if the first dealership puts the car on sale with no premium package, no leather interior, let's say from 70 to 50,000, which would be a better value then?
Oh, you've seen my house, Prab. I'll let you be the judge of that.
So which would be
I don't like to
better?
do. I'm not the fancy frills and kind of guy.
Right.
I just need something to get me to point A to point B, and I'm happy.
There you go.
I'd go with the better deal.
So that's exactly, so you can see if you want to increase the value, either add more features and benefits to your home or lower the price. So my question is, are you considering to add more features and benefits to your home?
I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to mow the lawn, okay,
So the price is the only issue, Bob.
maybe have the
That's why.
carpet shampooed. But
Yeah, so that's why my CMA says we price at 550,000.
wow. But Brad, the other houses down the road sold for close to 700,000.
And let
My
me show you
neighbor sold for
let me show
625.
you let me show you what I mean here. Let me share some comps with you. That's exactly what you know. It's taking more time. It's allowing me to share the screen or something. Security screen. Allow screen recording to access link central. Okay. Oh, it's gonna quit and restart. Shall I do
Just
screen
keep on
share?
going. Just
Yeah.
showing the comps
Uh,
and try to continue with it.
yeah.
I don't know why it's just but
So
it
what I
is
mean,
what it
Bob,
is.
is here, let's take a look on this home here, 7156 Street. Do you know where that one is?
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah. So this home had been currently on the market for 29 days. How many bedrooms? 2 bedrooms, right?
Right?
How many baths? 2 baths.
Too bad. Yeah.
And how many do you have here?
Same thing.
Same thing, correct? Look at the
Yeah.
square footage, just around 1,400 square feet. That's what
Yeah.
you have here, right?
Right.
And look at this price here. And this one actually a lower unit, and yours is upper unit, right? And look at the price here, $549,800
I
sitting on
thought
market.
that one sold for over 6. I thought I talked to that guy and he said it sold for over 6. Or
Well,
maybe it was on, did I see it on Zillow over 6 or something? I don't.
well, exactly. There's a home sold for $605,000, and it was actually listed for $550,000, Bob. I've been to the house. I've seen the pictures. It's fully remodeled home.
I
So my
think I did,
question is,
but it's fully remodeled. But I mean, there's not. I don't mind. Could use some more work, but is it that big of a difference? I mean,
well, that's exactly what we talked about. Either you can add more features and benefits. Either you can remodel the home and sell it for that price, or we can sell as is.
I
What do
don't
you
have
want?
time for that, Prab. I got to sell the house. I don't
So,
have
so
time for that.
okay, go ahead and sign the paperwork. Put me to work.
But I see your commission. Can you cut your commission? I mean, that seems to be a little on the.
Sorry, Bob. I won't do that. Any other questions?
Well, I mean, I don't see. I had another agent tell me over the phone they would do it for less than that, so I can't see,
Well,
why
Bob,
I would pay. But that's a lot of money. And
it is
first
not
you're
a
telling me
money.
my
You're
house
right.
is
It's
not
not a
worth
money,
what I
Bob.
think it's worth, and then you come in with this high commission. I mean, I'm trying to. You got to understand, Prab. I need all the money I can get to move to Vancouver Island. I can't just. You know what I mean? I can't. I mean, I
I
worked
get
hard
your
my
point.
whole life. I didn't even do anything to the house so I could save my money. And here but
I get,
I've maintained it. It's maintained. I mean, it needs some work, but
you're
um,
right, Bob. You maintain the house. You've been here for 20 years. You have a
you
lot of
said you can
memories
sell it
there.
in a couple of weeks. I don't see why the big amount of commission. I don't,
Well,
understand.
well, Bob, what we charge for what we do, marketing the home, prepare your home on the market, expose it to public and to all the other agents in town. We only charge 3%
Right.
for all the work we're gonna do. What I would recommend though is we add extra 3% for the buyer's agent to excite all the buyers to show your home and bring their qualified potential customers to your home versus the competitions. So that's why it still comes to 6%. And you know what, Bob? There are a lot of desperate agents out there who are looking to get a listing for lower the commission. And you know what? What? How are they going to market the property if they are not charging the commission? And you said either you can use the commission as a tool to get all the customer to your property, or we can just sit on the market. And you said you like to be there as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, I got to move on.
And you said
Yeah,
you
I
like
got to
to
move
walk
on.
with the most market value in your pocket, right?
Yeah, but what are you going to do differently than the other agents?
Well, that's a great question. That's a great question. And have you seen my packet? Have you gone through my marketing plan? Did you
Yeah,
have
I
it?
did. I did read that. In fact, I talked to a couple other agents. You're the only one that had something like that. I don't.
Let me ask you a question, Bob.
Yeah.
You spoke to the agents. Did you ask them how many homes they have sold in the last 30 days?
Um. Yeah, I don't remember what they said. I mean, I've seen one of them. I've seen their sign up somewhere. I've recognized their sign. You know. Maybe I should give this some time and probably think about it over the weekend. You know.
Well, well, Bob, when people say they want to think about something, and just so that my notes are clear, can I ask you some questions here?
Oh yeah, sure.
And you said you want to be closer to your parents, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you need to think about that, or are you
Oh no,
certain?
no, no! I got to be there for them. I definitely have to be there for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing comes, Bob, is the price that we set in home. Are you comfortable me and going to tell everybody that your home is priced at 550,000 in the marketplace? Are you comfortable with that?
I mean, I wanted more. I mean, I kind of knew we were going to go in this direction. I've had this conversation in the past with other agents.
Right.
I'm not going to win that one. So yeah.
So you're okay with 550,000? Me going telling everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The next question is the agent you're gonna hire in this process to get you moved to Vancouver Island, closer to your parents, in the next 30 days or 15 days or 60 days, right?
Yeah.
So are you comfortable? Uh, do you have any question about that? Are you comfortable working with me?
All right, I like you, Prab. You're so far. You're the sharpest tool in the shed I've seen so far.
Okay, great. So based on what we discussed, based on the conversation that we had, right? You're comfortable. You had no problem. You're certain that you're moving to Anchor Island. You're comfortable with the price. You're comfortable with me being your agent. So I have an honest question to ask you, Bob. Do you feel I
Sure.
can probably sold for you for top dollars and get you moved to close to your parents?
I believe you can. I believe you
Why
can.
don't we just get the process started? Sign the paper here, put me to work, so I can get you what you want at the time you want. Won't that be
All
great?
right. All right.
All
You
right.
win.
That was a tough one. No, man.
Help me
All
move these boxes,
right, all
Prab.
right, all right, all right. I love the way that you handle. Well, I'll let Bob. Bob, what do you think he did?
I think he did great. I mean, I he really did great. I mean, he had the 1-2 punches in there. I think he could have probably slid in another, sign a contract somewhere around there. But he handled the objections right. He did everything that we trained for. He did very well. I like the fact that he said, let's use the proper tools. Use the commission as a tool. And I one of my lines is, I always say, I'm going to show you how we use the commission to your advantage and show you how it's responsible for putting more money in your pocket, not less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's one of my lines. And then, but anyways, man, fantastic job. I threw the price one at you. I threw the commission one at you. I threw let's think about it at you. I said, well, let me throw another one in there. And what makes you different, than all the other agents? I can't. Your tonality was well. Your energy was right on point. I believe. You know, I can't
What do
think
you
of anything negative to say, to be honest with you.
What do you think, Anne Marie?
I think Prab did fantastic. I have one negative. The rest are all positive. Let me go through the positive, and then I'm going to end on the one negative. But it wasn't negative at all. You started closing right away at the very beginning. You paused at. You'll have the opportunity to pause, list your home with me. That was awesome. You had a good objection when Bob says, well, why wouldn't you take my listing? I think your objection handling was spot on. I wrote down how we home sold if homes sell quickly. I don't know what that meant, but that was another thing that you said. Bob said, I need to sell the house. And you were like, okay, let's go ahead and sign the contract. Like you were just spot on. Even the objection handler for the commission, like Bob had said, I loved it. The only feedback I would give you was when Bob said, I need to get more money and I want you to lower your commission. It was right when you said, I've prepared what we call a CMA, 2 parts, blah, blah, blah. He said, I need more money and I need less commission. And you totally ignored what he said. And you said, the purpose of our CMA. So for me, I felt it was almost dismissive. If you had said like, valid point, let's finish let's finish the presentation, or I'm going to, as Hector always says, we're going to talk about that in a quick minute. But that's the only thing. I felt it was dismissive because he's like, well, I need more money and I want you to lower your commission. And it was just like, back to the CMA. But
Yes.
Awesome. Great
Yes.
job.
Yes. And I'll add my 2 cents worth. I mean, you started closing right from the get-go. the energy could have been a little bit higher, but let's not the most important thing is you stay with the script all along. There were many instances where he tried to take you off the script. You stayed in the script all the time. Your motivation was always front and center. You
It
were
was,
like,
it
you
was.
want to
Great
go to
point.
the island, don't you? You want to move to your parents. You want to be closer to that. You want to be in that island, and you want to be closer to your parents, don't you? That motivation was front and center all the
It really
time.
was.
It was like all the time. It was like hammer, 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 hammer. So it's like Mike says, Mike Ferry says, it's all about the motivation. And that's why we practice here all the time. It's about the motivation, and your was right there on. I mean, your handling of the objections was beautiful. You use your own words, even though that it was, what we practice. It was like, they were really, really good. You were like dead on, man. Especially the motivation part. What do you have to say about your performance? And based on what you have heard from what we have said.
Well, to be very honest, even though you guys felt that objection handling was fine, but I felt rusty. That's why I had to bring my own words because I haven't practiced this for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. And I was getting kind of rusty. So that's why I had to throw in my own words because I could not remember all the exact words.
That's what happens when you don't show up.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't show up because it's tough, man. It's tough. I know you were traveling to India, visiting your mom. So, but I mean, that's what happens. It's this practicing drills that we do here. That's why it's so important to show up on every regular basis. But other than that, everybody, I mean, it's part of the process, but it's your motivation really what set you up to a higher level. Okay, so Anne-Marie, you're gonna do the last week we got away with it, but today we're gonna definitely do the affirmations. Okay, Anne-Marie.
Okay, I am a strong listing agent.
I am a strong listing agent.
I can handle any objection.
I can handle any objection.
Sellers always sign my contract.
Sellers always sign my contract.
I'm a winner.
I am a winner. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. See you next Friday. Bye.
Bye.
I did recorded this, so I'm going to send it to everybody.
All right, good deal. Good deal. That one was worth recording for sure.
Yes. So I'll post it so everybody can link on it. I'll send you guys the link. Okay, see you then. Bye.
Bye.